Hello, it's Jennifer at Creative Art Spark. Please forgive my gravelly voice. I'm recovering from COVID. It really knocked me flat this week. But I'm very much feeling the need to be creative, and I may or may not share this video because my voice sounds so bad. But I thought that I would just come on here this afternoon and play a little bit in my Elizabeth Craft Designs art journal. This is made from In the Forest, I think is the name, or Lost in the Forest, Lost in the Woods, something like that. It was designed by David Roodenburg. Anyway, I'm going to do some playing with some die cuts that I found and my new favorite toys, these Mattints. If you've not played with Mattints, you need to. They're wonderful. You can paint them on, you can daub it on, you can use it as a collage material. You can use them for Bible journaling. I really do like them. They're kind of an all-purpose thing. They have a little bit of color to them, but you can see the material behind the color. It's just wonderful. So what I'm going to do is just play. I just had a sheet of paper in my hand, and of course I have lost it, so I'll pick me another one. I'm going to do a little bit of collage work, and then I don't know, we'll just see what the muse brings today, because I really don't know, mostly because I don't feel very good. If y'all have had COVID before, you know what I'm talking about. If you've not experienced COVID, bless you. That's all I can say, is just bless you. You're lucky. All right. I had a cool tearing ruler. Let me think. I'm going to have to pause you while I look for it. I ordered some cheapy tearing rulers off of, you guessed it, Amazon. So I'm going to play with this. If you hear whining in the background, that is my puppy Khaleesi. She's in the crate right now. My husband has gone to Walmart, and she's just more than I can handle at the moment. All right, I'm going to, let's see how this goes here. I'm going to tear. It gives me a little bit of a deckled edge, which I like. Gets rid of that very sharp manufactured edge. Gets rid of most of it. Okay. Cool. Now, I'm just going to tear me some strips of this. And again, like I said, I have no plan. We're just going to see where this takes us. All right. Now, I'm going to use my Mattints as a collage glue. Like I said, you can use it to glue with. So we're going to try that out today. Is this where I'm supposed to be? Yes. So we're going to put a little bit of the purple, and we're going to paint it out just like that. And we're going to put this on, and then we're going to see how it tacks down. I don't know, I've not tried this. I was at an art retreat last weekend, and I watched somebody do it, but I don't know how it ended up. I don't know what their result was, because it looks like mine is not going to stick. So we'll go to regular glue. And that got a little, you saw what I started with. It was more of a green color, and now it's a purple color. So we'll just do that right there. Wash that off, and we'll come back to the Mattints later perhaps. So experiments, always experiments on this channel. I like to play with new items, and I like to journal, and I try to combine it all together. So let's get my glue press, and let's just plop that down right there. Glue that piece on. Glue that piece on. Maybe not exactly where I wanted it, but it will do. And let's take another one of these. I tried to get y'all in better frame, but my brain is just not. I've got COVID brain today. That's all I can say. I'm just not thinking real clearly. All right, I'm going to put my cat back on my glue for a minute. I'm going to get out my little heat tool. This is my Tim Holtz heat tool that I resisted buying for years and years and years. I've got the one that sounds like an airplane taking off too, but this one's real quiet. So we're just going to dry this for a minute. I'm going to pause you while I dry. There's no point in you watching this. Okay, two things that I will tell you about what I just discovered with the Mattints. Not the fault of the Mattints, the default of me and the surface that I'm using. This page that you're looking at, I had glued brown paper wrapping onto cardstock, so it warped my page when I put the Mattint down. It did glue, and it glued very well where I put it, but evidently I didn't put it in all the spots. But you can see where my page has warped a little bit due to the fact that I'm gluing on I collaged on a double surface with a wet medium. So you might not want to do that if you decide to play along with what I'm doing. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I want to take some scribble sticks. I have my Dina Wakley scribble sticks. I love scribble sticks. I don't know which I like better, Dina Wakley scribble sticks or Vicki Boutin's crayons. I like them equally well. I want to take some green and come in here and just scribble along. And over here and scribble along. And I'm going to run into the same problem using these scribble sticks that I did with the Mattints, because I'm going to add some water. Oh, this purple. Oh, this purple. It is so luscious. Look at that. Ah, look at that. The color in these things, they're just, I can't even describe. They're just so vibrant. I just love them. Just love them. This teal blue kind of color. Now, my question to myself, am I going to use water or am I going to use like a baby wipe? And I think I'm going to use a baby wipe just because I think that, whoops, that might work a little better. Let's try some of this. That is just luscious. Sometimes when you play, you just get excited about the different colors that you're using. Not so much about what you're making, but the colors. And I really have nothing in mind that I'm making. I'm just playing for the glory of playing. Okay, let's take a baby wipe and let's see what happens. And I'll remind you that I already know that my page is going to buckle because it's got that packing material glued on top of cardstock. So I already know that that's going to be an issue. But we're going to call it artistic license. And we're going to come along and we're going to blend these. And they kind of fade in, don't they? They fade into that packing paper. And that's okay. Again, we're just playing. We don't care what we get. We're not shooting for perfection. We're just playing. Okay, so I kind of like that. That's different. It's got me a background going. Let's add some of this up here in the corners. I didn't really get anything. Okay, now let's close these up. My magnet stuck to it. All right, close that up. Now I want to play with my, I don't know what you call these. Got a really pretty label. I've got an Altenew flower, an Altenew butterfly. I'm going to do some trimming on it. I love Altenew. I'm working towards my certification, and I've really got to get back at that. I've taken a long hiatus from my lessons, and I need to get back to it. Okay, that I like better. Okay, there's that butterfly. There's this little lovely butterfly. I had another one, I thought. Well, I don't have it now, do I? Okay. I'm going to add my flower down there. Here's a beautiful leaf. I believe I'll add my leaf right there. Here's another butterfly shape. I think this is an Altenew shape also. I believe I'll put it. I'm going to swap places. Okay. I don't think I want that. I'm going to slide this one over here like that. I'm going to pause you for a minute. I'll be right back. And I found the little butterfly that I was looking for. Okay, this butterfly, I want to, how do I want him to come along here? Maybe I don't want this one. I want this one here, this one here, this definitely here, this one up here, and then I've got room to write. Okay, let me pause you, and I'm going to glue my things down. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to glue these things down real quick before I change my mind on their placement. So I'm just going to...
Are you finished trying? Okay.
Yeah, for the moment.
Yeah, we're going to go to the front yard.
Okay. That was the husband person. He brought me some clothes. Bought me some clothes, I should say, at Walmart for just casual clothes for taking the dog outside and such. Okay, I'll put that down. I'm going to hold that one. It's thicker. It's on watercolor paper. Well, both of these are on watercolor paper. What am I talking about? Okay. And then these little butterflies, these little flutterbys, we'll put one dancing up this way. And then we'll put one dancing over this way. And we'll hold those just a minute. You might notice my arms are looking better. My puppy dog, my sharp-mouthed puppy dog, she was doing better, but since I've been sick, I've been away from her for a week, all told, and she's going to be wild. But that's what puppy dogs are for. Okay, let's get this one. This is a real delicate little leaf, and I'm not sure. I think when I was going to the Stampin' Up! Card making sessions at the Episcopal Church, I think that's where I might have gotten this. It's really pretty. I like it. And that's going to twirl onto there. And the reason I'm putting that on there is because this morning was downright cold. So we're heading into, this is right now September in a couple of days. So we're going to be heading into fall weather. And I decided that it would be a good one to put in my little journal. Okay. I don't know if that's real pretty. I like it, but I don't know if it fits the page. I don't think it does. So we're going to cap our glue for the moment. We could put it up here and put the date, but it still doesn't really fit the page. Okay, and I want to come in here and get this just a little better. Okay. Now then, I want to consider what I'm going to write on there, so just bear with me a minute and I'll be right back again. Okay, I'm going to try out my Posca pen. Let's see, what color do we want? Let's see what color this looks like. That actually fits a little better, but we're not going to do that right now. Yeah, let's try this. Okay. I'm gonna see. Okay, right off the bat, I have made a mistake that I need to cover up. So we're going to take a little sheet of this that will cover it up very nicely. And glue that down right like that. And you can tell I didn't get things spaced out well. And we're going to blame that on COVID, because I really don't feel good. I don't feel well at all. All right, let me get that down there. So I'm going to claim that as my problem. And I'm sticking with it. Okay, let's see here. Let's get us a little bit of, let's go with this purple. Let's go with this pinky. And then let's take this and rub that in there. And so now it just looks intentional. See, I messed my page up. I'm covering up, and I'm making my mistake disappear. Okay. Hid in mine heart. Thy word have I hid in mine heart, that I might not sin against thee. That's Psalms 119:11. Okay, now I'm going to go back and I'm going to attempt to outline it in black to make it pop just a little bit more. I was going to use my Posca, but it's huge, so we'll try this. And it won't do. And the reason it won't do probably, well, has something to do with the fact that the stinking thing is dried out. That might be the reason. Do you suppose that would be the reason? That's a pretty good reason, huh? Let's try this. What have we got here? This is a Faber-Castell PITT artist pen, and it is not dried out. So let's come along and let's outline these letters. And this is something that it's not the easiest thing in the world to do, and the way I feel today, it probably is not going to turn out very good. But you know what? I don't care. I'm getting it on the page. I'm getting something artistic captured, something scriptural captured. So if I have mistakes, that's all right. The main thing that you'll learn is it's difficult to always be creative. I have a really hard time with that. I'll go days and days without doing anything artistic. And then I feel like, oh, I'm not creative. I can't go in there. I don't feel the least bit creative. And then I'll have days where I just long to be creative and don't feel that I am. So this was one of those days where I was longing to be creative and not feeling like I am. So I just decided it was time to get up out of my sick chair and be creative. And see right there, I messed up. I crossed over my E. But I think I can fix that. The reason I'm outlining these is I wanted them to stand out a little bit more than what they were doing. And I'm going to come along and I'm going to create a little shadow here because I had a little pokey outie. Y'all know what a pokey outie is, don't you? Under my eye, so I just gave it a little shadow. So as you're doing this, if you're not running your mouth like I am, you can be thinking, you can be meditating on God's word that you have hidden in your heart. You can be meditating on the beauty in nature that you've seen. It's all kinds of things you can be thinking about when you're doing your journaling. Now, this is not journaling in the pure sense of journaling, and neither is it art journaling in the pure sense of art journaling. It's just me having fun. That's all it is. I don't get hung up on whether or not it's this or that. Once you start getting hung up on that, you stop being effective. There's another little dippity-doo. I can give a shadow for my E. I did some cursive here, looks like. And then we'll catch this comma. This is not fancy. I don't do fancy. And if you want real art, my mother is the artist, not me. I'm just a creator. I just play. But she is the true artist. But I will go ahead and label myself as an artist because it's art to me. I like it. You should never worry about whether or not other people like your art. The important question is, do you like your art? Most of the time, I like mine. I'm concentrating. It's difficult to trace cursive words for me, so I have to think. So y'all are stuck with dead radio silence while I'm doing this. I'm so sorry. This is probably as boring as watching paint dry. But that's about my speed today. Okay. 3 more words and I'll put y'all out of your misery. Well, this is all cursive and that's going to be hard. It's squished up. Okay, we are up to the task. Continue on. Reach out and grab that S. And come up and get the T. Straight down and close off that S. Got it. Whoops. There are lots of courses online where you can learn how to do fancy lettering, and I'm pretty sure I've signed up for some of them, but then I didn't follow through. It's probably amazing how many courses I've bought online that I've never watched, and I'm trying to train myself to not do that. Because that becomes a waste of money. Ha! Okay. That stands out a little better. Kind of pops. Now, this Psalm 119:11. Okay. Now let's come over here and put our date. Today is, what is today's date? August the 29th, I think. So we'll put it up here. 8/29/25. And there is my little journal page in 30 minutes. Thank you for joining me today. If you liked this little video, please consider giving me a thumbs up. I love getting comments about my work, and please do consider subscribing and sharing my video. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.